me see. I'm blinded by your love. You follow me, but I don't know where to go. I see my feelings so true, but am I blinded by you? By you?
Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is for you. Puppy is being very pushy for love right this very second. So bear with me. Logan, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why you want so much love? Why? Why? Why is it love time? I can't stop? Okay. There. Alright, off. You're standing on my belly. It hurts. Stop pushing me, puppy. Oh my goodness. Hello, guys. What's up, monkey? Logan, move. Move. Alright, come here if you're gonna say hi.
Hi.
There you go. Hi, baby. You have a good day at school?
Yeah, I have the hiccups right now.
You have the hiccups right now. Was it good seeing your friends at school?
Yeah, I missed them a lot.
Yeah, did everybody have a good Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they told us about it, I was good to Miss Bab more, but I had too much stuff that she had to just stop with the fakes I had.
Yeah, I'm sure, because there's a lot of kids that want to talk about their Christmas.
Yeah, too.
Okay, give me a hug. I'm gonna go back to streaming now. Oh gosh. Okay, guys. So today is Wellness Wednesday. And if you don't know what Wellness Wednesday is, it is the one time a week we make the subscriber only chat and we just talk about how we're feeling and emotions and stuff while we do something relaxing like art or a mindless game.
I see you're working on art.
I am.
So does that mean I get to play on your Xbox?
No. You have your own Xbox. Go play.
Aww.
So anyways, we are doing kitty art today. This is Oli's kitty. I've been working on it for a week now. And it looks a mess right now, I know. And,
Anyways, I need to borrow your help for a second because the cord of my controller got unplugged.
why did it get unplugged?
I pulled it out by accident.
You know you're not supposed to do that, right? I'll be right back, guys. Okay. Try this again. Hello, hello. So anyways, I've been working on Oli's kitty here. We are trying to make it look like this one thing. Hang on, I'll show you. Salio! Hello, hello. Yes, we are working on a kitty today. I was trying to show an example, if I can get to it. Yes, okay. So we are trying to make it in the same art style that we did this puppy. And this is Oli's cat. He's one of our regulars. And that's his kitty, and I'm trying to clean up some of these extra files I don't need. I don't need all this stuff. Get out of here. This is his kitty. His kitty's name is Juno. And we have been slowly working, very slowly, on the style to match that. So what you're seeing here is a bunch of just discombobulated looking layers, but I swear there's a purpose for them. Let me turn on all the layers. So how I do it is I take the image and I divide it into these little chunks, and I get the fur coloring from that. Because if I just did it all one solid thing, the cat would not look flat and not 3D-ish, sort of. So when I get all those layers done, I hide them and I do the little black lines you're seeing here. And this is the dark part of the fur, like this part right here. And this is what gives it kind of the fur effect. And then when that's all said and done, I adjust the layering colors so it blends together and it looks more seamless. Right now it just looks like a bunch of choppy layers in multiple colors, and you're not wrong. That's what it is currently. So we got the layers down. I'm doing the black spots. The black spots take the longest because I have to do every individual little chunk, basically. But it's fine. It's what makes it look the way it does at the end. So that's probably going to take up most of my stream, actually. It's just doing these little black fur lines. And then I got to do the white fur on this ear. The eyes are done now. So there's that. It is like sometimes by the end of the streams I'm like, okay, I'm fucking done with this thing. But I actually really like doing animals. They're hard, but they're easier than people's faces, okay? Because people's faces, you get like one little line wrong and their face looks off and you can't figure out why. Like their nose looks too wide or their chin looks wrong or whatever. But like with animals, you have more, I guess, like freedom, I think. If you make a mistake or like something doesn't look quite right, it still looks like that animal. Where nose? I need to do probably the nose. Let's go with the nose. Or under this eye, because under the eye is really distinct too. So I use the polygonal lasso tool because it makes really sharp turns for me. And I am a little liberal. I'm not like exactly getting every single line. I make random lines, thick, thin, you know, whatever, to get what I need, and then I come through with a big old brush and I color it. And that's basically how it works. Bink. There we go. And that's how I do the whole like face, basically. So today is Wellness Wednesday, and on Wellness Wednesday we talk about emotions and how we're feeling and stuff. And guys, I am so happy Hex is back to school. Oh my god, you cannot even know. Mom was losing it here at the house. I don't know how we're gonna make it through summer. I don't. I'm so ready for him to go back to school. He was ready too. He said he missed his friends a lot and stuff. But oh my gosh. You're feeling cold. I hear it's been like freezing where you live, Salio. I mean, it's chilly here, but it's not like unbearable. I can't stand being hot, so I would rather be cold, but I don't think I could live somewhere that's like constantly cold. I just don't think I would make it. Because my body hurts a lot when it's cold, like a lot. That would be like asking me to put myself in pain 24/7. You wish it was freezing? It's been below freezing? Yeah. No, I would die. I would fucking die, Salio. Friday was negative 22F with a high of negative 5. Oh my god. I haven't heard numbers like that here since I was a kid. When I was like in middle school, you got those kind of numbers here. And I remember it because I was like, how can numbers be below 0? Like, it blew my mind. But like, now, I don't know. I haven't heard a below in a hot minute. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up and see when it was. Hold on. When was the last below freezing? No, below 0. We're gonna go 0. Below 0 Fahrenheit in Texas. I guess I should specify in Dallas. The cold air, blah blah blah. The cold air spread through Galveston Bay. Temperature 23 degrees below zero in 1933. The fuck? I don't know. Yeah, like, okay. 15 degrees, I don't know. Y'all just can't just tell me the last one. You gotta give me like a record for everything. Jesus.
It's just another ordinary day. Ordinary day.
Oh my god, this is so... My eyes are crossing. Look at this. What the fuck? Alright, I see a -1 here. 89 to 90. -2. Oh, we had a -2. I didn't even realize. Yeah. -2, -2. I haven't seen it drop. Oh, -8. Here we go. Look at the dates. 1889. That's so long ago. Yeah, we don't get that cold here, apparently. Freezing would be t-shirt weather, I bet. Do you ever get used to it, or you just every year like, fuck this cold? Thank you for the host, by the way. I don't know if I said that. By February it's like whatever and deal with it, right? How are your summers then, though? Are your summers more mild because you get so cold, or are they like still terrible? Last summer was like 110 with tropical humidity. What? What the fuck? Where do you live, Celia? It's like this time warp of like weather. What the fuck? We're always like 100 and whatever to 120 or something. Fucking hate it. I feel like if you live in Texas or somewhere, Minnesota, what the fuck? I feel like, okay, we live in Texas, so like it's always hot to me, like especially in the summer. Like there's this big taboo to do whatever, where like if you're like naked, people are like, I don't want to see that, you know, whatever, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking die of heat exhaustion. Sorry, you know, like, it's fucking hot, and I don't understand how you can live here and be so anti-seeing nudity and, like, not think people are gonna die. I don't know. I don't understand the modesty whenever you're, like, overheating to death. I'm like, bro. People are weird. I don't know. I see so much of that like nowadays, like just in talking about wellness and stuff, like so like growing up, Will Smith and his family, like, they were, like, my favorite, right? And they have the Red Table Talk and all that. And everyone's complaining every time they post anything because they're like, Stop telling your dirty secrets or your whatever, blah blah blah. Stop sharing so much about your family. Y'all are gonna be so embarrassed about this in like 20 years, and think about the kids, whatever. And like, I don't know, I feel completely opposite. Like, I absolutely love that shit. First of all, don't tell a celebrity not to talk about their private life. Like, that's literally what you pay tabloids for. That's what you're literally always trying to find out about them. Thank you, Salio. So instead of letting paparazzi capitalize on their lives, they're just gonna talk about it first, which I think is, take that shit back. Good for you. Hi, Numb. But Numb, we're talking about Will Smith and his family and how they have the red table talk and talk about their life and stuff, and everybody's all like, shut up, we don't want to hear about your life and your stuff, stop sharing your dirty laundry. And I was explaining, first of all, yes you do, because that's what you play tabloids for, is to find out dirty laundry. So good on this family for like being like, first of all, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna capitalize off it my way. Alright? But secondly, like, I absolutely love their table talks. Like, I haven't watched like a whole lot of them, but when I have, I'm always like, yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, And I think that like they may overshare, but they also show that they are human and make mistakes and errors, and talking about like, even for their kids, it's kind of like a public apology to their kids for like, making them be into the celebrity stuff or pushing them too hard or whatever, And I think that's cool. Like, I wish I had that growing up with my family, Like, I think there's just some like inherent like fuck you if you have to be told to like keep it quiet and keep it down and whatever the fuck. And the kids, like, they're kind of like, we don't care, we like that we talk about it because we realize like they're people and they have like their own problems and lives and stuff. And I'm like, bro, I didn't realize that about my family until I was like 20 some shit. Like, the fuck. I like it personally, but I'm a big proprietor of like, talk about everything. There are no secrets, because if there are secrets, people can use them against you. And so I'm huge about shit like that in my family. For better or worse, that's how I've chosen to live my life. Because I came from a family that was very abusive, and I came from a family that was very much keep it under wraps, keep it down, don't talk about it, and then you don't get help forever because of that. But I also came from a family that would, if you decided you were going to talk about stuff to get better or do something about it, they're very much like, we're going to use your words against you in a court of law, and we're going to like take you to court over this shit. So I'm very much, let's talk about everything, let's get everything out there, because I don't ever want my own words and my things to like be so weaponized against me. I think that you can say stuff like, I used to be like really into talking about everything, and my family just didn't like understand, and my husband and stuff is even like, what the fuck, like, why are we talking about our private lives? And I was like, literally, when I don't, my family like try to use it against me. Like, for example, I've mentioned before on here that I take nude photos and I post them online, censored, but that's what I do. And my one of my family members came back to me and was like, literally, they said, they were like, you really shouldn't be doing that. One, for the religious aspect of stuff, but like two, like some of my photos were taken by my husband, and so they would be like, they'll believe that you'll have CPS called on you because your family will believe that if they'll take pictures of you nude, then you'll take pictures of your kid nude. And I'm like, what the fuck? And they were like, they made like this whole argument and like how they were gonna report me to CPS and stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no, that's like not what any of this about. But like, that's why I believe in sharing everything, is more to protect myself than to keep things quiet and hidden. So I love Will and Jada talking about everything. Talk about it all day. No one's gonna give a shit in like an hour anyways. But oh god, this is so tiny. And it's taken, like, a lot of people really don't understand that like they just see me share, like, oversharing things, and I'm like, no, I really do have a reason for it, but it's not something they would do. So because it's not something they would do, like, they're uncomfortable with it and they think it's something wrong, you know? But I've actually lived more peacefully and more, I guess, like, authentically feeling oversharing than not. And to, like, purposely overshare. I don't know if I said this. My brain's really gone today. Thank you, Num, for the biddies if I didn't say it. Think. My brain's been fried the last couple of days because I've been ready for my son to go back to school. I had this long discussion a few years ago with my husband about privacy. And I said, I have a real hard time with not sharing things. And I think that's because of, like I said, I come from an oversharing mindset. And I came from the old school mindset of if you don't have anything to hide, kind of thing. And it took me a long time to really understand that part of that feelings that I have about privacy and stuff was I came from a family that there was no privacy. So I have a hard time, like, maintaining privacy too. Like, in my own family, like, if you tell me a secret, fine, that's fine. But talking about, like, my own experiences and stuff, or like my husband's experiences with things, and it took me until I was like 30, I think, to really understand why privacy was needed, and how the biggest and easiest understanding of it was just, if you have privacy, you have room to make mistakes and not be judged upon it. And I can understand why that's important. I, however, choose not to live that way. Now, if my husband or my son or whatever wants privacy about stuff they're going through or whatever, I can understand that and I can respect that. But me, myself, no, I'm going to overshare and overtalk and do all the things that I was not allowed to do growing up. And I'm going to make my mistakes openly and publicly because I think it's important. I think it's important when you see people's opinions change, and I think it's important when you see rights or wrongs or who people are, I'm not a super political person, but that's the closest one I can think of about opinions changing, so I'll go there. But, like, I used to be Blue Lives Matter. I was a huge Blue Lives Matter person. And I was because I come from a very Christian upbringing where everyone's life mattered. I didn't want black people hurt any more than I wanted cops hurt or other people hurt. But I understood over time how I was missing the point, and how what I was saying was not exactly right, or I didn't understand it right. Like, stuff like that. Like, I think I can openly say, like, okay, that was something I believed at the time and my opinions changed, kind of thing. And I think it's important that we see stuff like that. And if you're not going to talk about how you feel, right or wrong or whatever, then people will always think you're stuck forever in that phase, that thing, that whatever. That's also why I usually don't get super political, because I feel like there's so much I don't know, like, that I don't really have a right to speak about something, Like, I don't know enough about economics, right? Like, I'm terrible with economics. Don't know much about it. I'm not going to go out there and talk about how people should or should not spend their money, or inflation or some shit like that, Like, if I don't know about it, I'm not gonna speak about it, you know, or I'll say I don't fucking know, but this is what I based off what little knowledge I have, you know, kind of thing. One of the things that used to make me super angry was the people that were like, if you are silent, then you're just, you know, allowing it to happen, something along that lines. I know that's worded differently, but I can't think of it right now. And that used to make me so angry, you know, because I was like, not necessarily, like, I'm not gonna join in a fight that I don't know about, and I'm not going to put my family at risk, you know, or myself at risk on things I don't know about and that I think I need to learn more about. And I don't think that means I want to sit by and let things happen. But, you know, if we're like out, right, and someone's threatening someone else, yes, I would love to stand up and fight for it. But if it's also a situation where like they have a gun and they're gonna like shoot my kid, I'm not doing it. Sorry, I'm choosing my kid over this random person that I haven't met. I am that person, and that may make me good or bad, but that's what I chose, you know. Now, if given the chance, yes, I would absolutely stand up and fight for somebody. Like, absolutely. If, you know, if it's just me, I'm at the grocery store and someone's like going off, yeah, you know. But I'm not going to end my whole life for someone else. I'm not. And especially for my kid. It took me 13, 14, 15. It took me 2 years to have my son, and I've been trying to have a second kid since, and I cannot. I would be just as heartbroken about that random person dying as my kid dying, but if I have to choose, I'm choosing my kid. I just am. If I have to choose between my husband and my kid, I don't know, my life would end. I would just be torn, but I guess I would choose my kid. I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably sure I'd choose my kid. Sorry, Riot. But that attitude of just like, you're not going to stay up and do something. It's not because I don't care, and it's not because I don't want to do something. I will act behind the scenes in whatever way I can, as long as I can keep my family safe, you know? My entire world is built around my family and my kids. That's literally why I'm still here. So no, I'm not going to sacrifice that for something that I don't even know if it's right or wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm just that person. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people want you to be all or nothing. And I looked at it as like kind of like this, like, I come from trauma, rape, abuse, all that stuff. I don't expect anyone to be in that fight with me. If I want to change the laws about how rape victims are treated, then I'm gonna get on my, you know, off my ass and go fight for it. But I don't expect my husband to jump in. I don't expect my family to jump in. I don't expect anyone else to join that fight. That is my fight. It matters to me. And I don't expect anyone else to. It would be nice. It would be so nice if you could raise awareness and get other people to jump in and actual changes happen. But I think demanding people to join in and help is kind of dumb. Like, they're not here for your actual cause then. They're here because they fear your repercussions. And I don't like that. I don't like that attitude about stuff. I want you there because you believe in the cause and because you know, you feel like I do about stuff. I don't want you there because you're worried about PR, you know. Now I understand, like, you know, fighting for rape rights is a bit different than fighting for someone dying, you know, situation. But that's how I feel about it. What is this line? I don't know why this talk today is so political. But, you know, that's where we are. Happens. I just think that there's so much that we need to research and learn before we just jump in on a bandwagon and start claiming that we believe this or we think this, and then we don't have any clue what we're talking about. You know, if you sat there and you did the research, you went and talked to people about it and whatever, fine. Go for it. If that's what you believe now, sure, go for it. But me, myself, I know I don't ever feel like I know enough. I don't feel like I know enough about really anything. I think the only thing I feel comfortable in saying I know about now is like raising a kid. Like, I don't feel like I know anything. I remember going to college, right? And when I started college, we had it was required by our college, because I went to a mostly women's college, to take this class called Women's Studies. And I did not know so much shit until I took that class. And it was one course in college. And I was like, you know, I didn't know all this shit. How much stuff else do I not know? How much else have I been told different? Have I learned a watered down version in history? Have I, like, you know? And just being absolutely flabbergasted that you can go your whole life being told this basically cheap version of stuff. Like, why women voted, you know, or why feminism was a thing, you know, like, just shit like that. And I thought I was pretty well educated. I went to a pretty advanced high school and stuff, and I didn't know shit, you know. Where am I going with this? Anyways, my point to all of this was strictly, I think people should get out there and make mistakes. And I think that, you know, like, let's take cancel culture for a thing, right? Like, they bring up something that happened 20,000 years ago, and they're like, cancel this person because they believe this way. I don't believe in that. I do think people should be held accountable for what they said, but I also think you should see if they have done anything recently that has changed or challenged those opinions, whether they came out and said, I don't believe that anymore, or they started being more proactive in the opposite of, like, whatever they said. Like, people that are like anti-Me Too, right? Have they done anything where they, like, continued those ideas or showed they think differently, even if they didn't sign up for your, you know, political group, you know, type thing? That's why I try to make it a point to come through every so often and be like, okay, I used to believe this, I don't believe this anymore. You know, I've changed my opinions because I've, you know, read more, researched more, grew more, whatever, you know, kind of thing. I don't think that one opinion from 10 years ago defines somebody now. I think it's something that you look at and you go, okay, so they believe this through their actions, and their other things still perpetuate this idea. Because I don't like it when they bring up stuff that's like 20 years ago, because none of us are who we were 20 years ago. If I was going off something like 20 years ago, right? Like, I would be 12 for starters. And I probably would be super religious at the time. So I was super Christian. So I would probably be spewing a lot of things I believed religious based wise. Now I'm not so religious. Like, I still believe in Christianity and things like that, but like, it doesn't rule my whole life like it did back then. And I think, like, I was going through abuse at the time, so my opinions would be very skewed when it comes to, like, that topic and stuff. Like, it would be very biased because I would still be in the middle of it, you know? Like, I don't know, just stuff like that that bothers the hell out of me. Out of people. That's why I also don't have many friends. I don't hang out with people. Just to avoid all these conversations. Anyways, just backing up on the like privacy things. I do think stuff needs to be learned, like what you can and can't talk about, you know, or whatever, due to like family things, like what I should or shouldn't talk about when that Riot's going through, or Riot's experiencing, or my son's going through. My son's really hard. Having a kid is so hard, trying to decide what you can and can't talk about, because I come from someone who talks about everything, and then having a child who's experiencing stuff for the first time, I don't want to say something that like he'll be like, I can't tell you anything because you'll talk about it, you know, kind of thing. But like part of it is just him growing and learning, and I'm just fascinated with how smart he is and how he perceives things or whatever. But I have been the child on the other end of that, where your mom talks about everything, and you know, you're like, bro, kind of didn't want you to like mention that. So it's kind of like, I think kids are the hardest to like learn where the line is for what you can and can't talk about. Like for privacy versus oversharing type stuff. And I still think I get it wrong sometimes, but what I try to do is keep it as a learning thing. Like I want it, like if I share something on my private page about it, I want my son to be able to go back and be like, look how much you've grown, look how much you've experienced. And it's always usually good things, because my son's a really good kid, but like stuff like that. Like I don't want to share things that are just embarrassing and he'll forever hate that I shared, you know, this thing. But it's definitely a learning curve, and it's definitely something you learn by trial and error. The furs. There's so much furs. Where is... This is right cheek, right? Yeah. Okay, so I need to turn each of these off and then turn them on one by one. Okay, this is the temple. I don't need that yet. That's kind of up there. I don't think I have much. So things like this, like when I tell you I edit after I do the black spots, like this is the black spot and this is that under eye. Oh god, hang on.
What?
Sorry about that. Family had to check in on something. Thank you, Salio. Have a good day at work. We'll be around. All my family got sick after we saw them at Christmas because we got sick. And then we gave it to them. So they were calling and checking in about how they're doing. I don't know. Pretty sure we had that new COVID variant. and it just spread to everyone like super fast. Anyways, they're getting over it, but it's taking a hot minute. Bink. Okay, so what I was trying to say before the phone call was I do the black spots and then I turn on the layers underneath, so like this, and then I go through and I edit where this cuts off at, and then I blend the layers together when it's all done. So like this would be edited at this line, I would remove this, and then I would blend the light to the dark, essentially. Bink. Anyways. Bink, bink, bink. It's hard to decide what needs to be a black spot like this, what should be a different shade and stuff, though these are kind of light. Like, I don't want too many shades because then it'll get really confusing, like what looks like what. But I will probably go through and edit at the end some of these black spots and make them lighter in certain areas, because like the dark only comes to like right here and then it's light through here, so I'll probably edit that at the end though. I need to get the fur like shapes down more right now than worrying about so much the coloring. So like what I'll probably end up doing is kind of like a gradient on the ear color itself, or like ear color, I was looking at the ear, on the black spots themselves, but not right now. We're gonna use this whisker as like a dividing line, I think, on where these black spots are gonna end. So like it'll go to like here. Okay, so like we'll have this line here, and then there's a few spots in here. You guys, I wish I could play like copyrighted music so badly. I would, if I could, I would be playing like I can't talk. If I could, I would be playing music from Disney right now and I would be painting to that. But I cannot. So we have to make do with our copyright free pretzel rocks. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I want to do that right now. I want to do that right now. You don't know. It's been sticking in my head for like 3 days. That and the pressure song. I want to like do a Bruno painting. I could do. I am like that about absolutely any Disney song. Let me just start with that. But like Encanto's music has just been extremely like, I don't even like all their songs. I like 3 songs from the whole thing, but they're stuck in my head. I'm like sitting up on TikTok every night, like just listening to those songs. And Camilo, my little boy that looks like Hex. Oh my god, you don't even know. Bro, like, oh god. Bink. I saw somebody, I don't remember who or what it's called, but it was on TikTok, and somebody was doing a painting, an abstract painting, to, I think it was We Don't Talk About Bruno, and it's like my paintings, like what I do, where I just listen to the music, and then I do something, like as I listen to it, like what I'm thinking while I'm listening to it, and I was like, they do the thing that I do, and you know, I got like all excited. I want to do that now, okay, because fucking copyright bullshit. It's bullshit. Okay, where is the big kitty face? This is my outline here, which is why it matters. I gotta turn all these on for a second. Mirror, mirror, mirror. Okay, we've got the fur right here, and like how it's outlined, like I gotta do that all the way down and around. Okay, I'm gonna turn those off. I'm not quite ready to do that, I don't think yet. Anyways, look, for those of you that don't follow me on Twitter, actually here, I'll just pull up my Twitter because it's easier. Profile. Alright, look, this is Camilo from Encanto, I'll never say it right, Encanto, and this is my sign. And I hope he grows up and looks as beautiful as this kid, because oh my god. Beautiful. Beautiful. He's as mischievous as Camilo, so I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I also really liked the other kid, Antonio, I think his name? Antonio, whatever. Thank you. I can't spell today. This little kid, like we were looking at him too, because his hair is actually kind of more how Monkey's hair is, really. Like it's kind of like a mix of him and his brothers, but my son's not as dark as him, but he has the same like hair. And we kept talking about that in the movie. I'm not a big need of representation because, you know, white, but it is kind of cool to see things like that, like with my son, you know, or whatever, and like in shows. And he didn't really bring it up or say it. I mentioned it, and he was like, oh yeah, it does. But like he everyone talks about his hair at school, like everybody, like the teachers to the kids, they know him by his hair and they love his hair and they comment that they love his hair all the fucking time. Like he is known as the kid with hair at my school or whatever. So like seeing that in a movie as well was pretty cool. I thought it was cool. I don't know if he cared. He's 6. But I thought it was pretty cool. Me. We were gonna watch several movies and we just ended up not having enough time. But we were gonna watch that movie and we were gonna watch Ron's Gone Wrong. And like, I don't know, there was like 2 or 3 other movies he wanted to see that was on Disney Plus now. But we ran out of time before school started. Was it good? Okay, good. I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna at some point, probably this weekend. We wanted to watch it when it came out, but they put it only in theaters, and we could not make it to the theater to go see it. Did I put down the wrong layer? No, okay. Did I not? Now I'm nervous. I feel like I did. Anyways, we were gonna wait and we were gonna watch it with Grandma and Callie when she came to visit us at Halloween, and it was only in theaters and we just could not she was only here for like 2 days, so we couldn't get the time to get down there and go see it. And then they put it on streaming, and so we're like, oh, we can totally watch it now. Yeah. Now, I do have somewhere around here my tablet that I got as a present, and Digital sent me a link to show me how to change the monitor. Because before I couldn't draw on it because my husband has double monitors. So like I was trying to draw and it would be drawing a line way over here, and I'm like, bro, I need to get this set up. I'll try that shit out. There's so much like I need to do stream-wise, and I just am unmotivated to do it. Like, for example, I have this album. You see all of these? These are streams. These are all my streams that I need to upload to YouTube. But I haven't done it because the very first one I need to upload needs to be edited, because it was one I had terrible audio issues with, and I just can't motivate myself to do it. So I just download them forever. Like, we're still trying to get our addresses and shit updated from when we moved from the flood. Like, that's how behind we are on stuff. Ugh. And you know, it's just gonna stay that way. Sorry, it just is. Bink. So the only reason I'm getting this cat picture done is because I'm not letting myself do anything else. Bink. Okay, so if this is the edge of the fur here, then I need to load this guy right here. Okay, you. Yeah. I need to remove part of you because I need to see. What if we made you like 50%? There we go. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. We're gonna make this the edge of the fur, and if that's the case, then I need to come in like this. Delete that because that's gonna be where the fur edge is. This is the only part between the ear here that I need to actually add more. Ad-lib my way through. Okay, so what if I did like that, and then remove the extra, delete, select the inverse, and we're gonna just go meh. Okay, make this back 100%. Okay. My body hurts, guys. It's been cold and icky. It makes my body hurt and I don't like it. How have you been feeling, numb? Anyways, I haven't talked to you about your health in a hot minute. What's the latest? There needs to be getting there. Yeah, last time I think I talked to you about it, you were still in the hospital and stuff. So I'm behind. Is it still the same thing, or is it other stuff now that's plaguing you? With me. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this ear. That's the problem. I need to hide the ear. Left ear. No, right ear. Okay, so this fur does kind of come up and around and then back down. Okay. Now, without getting into too much specifics, is it something that is going to be like a long-term issue for you, or is it something that's like, I do my meds and I'll be fine at the end of it? Just need to mark this is what I really need to do. So break. Because that's where the edge of the fur needs to be. It's been a health issue for 9. Ah, long-term haul. Got it. Okay. If I keep up my meds, I don't feel horrible. Well, that's something. Now, this is strictly me, so I'm just asking. But like, for me, I had to go with the idea that I wouldn't have health insurance, and then I couldn't keep up with meds because I couldn't afford them and shit. Like, are you okay? Like, do you have health insurance and stuff that'll keep you covered so you can keep taking these meds? Or is that like a bridge I'll cross when I get there sort of thing? Damn. Wrong layer. Right. I have coverage now. Meds cost a pretty penny, but that's why I was off them for a bit. Okay. I feel that. Well, like, this is something I was told. Now, I don't know how legit it is. I have not used it myself. You know, whatever. But, my friend told me about a program. Is it K-Health? K-Health? This, khealth.com. It was supposedly like, you pay $12 a month, like subscribe to it for like $12 a month, and you can see a doctor, and then they can get you prescriptions cheaper, like 12 to 20 bucks or something for prescriptions for the most part. And they can even refer you in for labs or MRIs or whatever you need. Now, my friend uses this, and so she told me she loves it, or whatever. I haven't signed up to use it yet, but if you lose your coverage again or something like that, it might be worth looking into. I know we were looking into it for Monkey. When he was sick, we were going to do it, and they don't take kids that are unvaccinated, so we couldn't. But if you had kids, from what I understood, like a parent signed up and then they could add on a kid. And then the kid could be seen like, it's like it's like a teledoc, you know, like you look at a video chat and you doc with doctor that way, you know, kind of thing. But it was supposed to be kind of like for people who don't have insurance and like me, and like they could get stuff that they needed. For me, only reason I'm not signed up to it right now is because I've had my same medical condition for like 10 years. Like, they can't give me anything, you know, that I don't already have or use. Like, they could give you pain medicine and they could give you like muscle relaxants. However, I try to live my life without being on them for the most part, mind over matter it, because I don't want to become like addicted to anything like that, because I really easily could. So that's the only reason I'm not signed up getting that stuff right now, like for that reason. But I try to tell people about it because the person that recommended to me, like, I really trust her opinion, you know, kind of thing. And like I said, I would totally have it for Monkey if he was vaccinated yet. But I explained this in one of my previous Wellness Wednesdays. We were really talking in depth about my back stuff. And I knew there would come a period of time when I would not have health insurance and I would not have access to pain medicines and muscle relaxers and things like that. And so I tried very hard to adjust to, like, you know, your over-the-counter, like, ibuprofens and stuff if you need something, but trying not to be on prescription medicine and kind of live with it. I know it sounds really bad, but that's what I do, as I prefer to just live with it. But should I ever really, really be down for a few months and need some help or something, I would, like, probably do that. Yeah. I've seen an advertisement for another thing. I haven't checked into it, so I don't know. It could totally be a scam for all I know. But it was called Stuff That Works. And it was like for people that had like chronic conditions, they could like look into this and get like advice on how to manage things like long term or something. Like I said, I haven't really looked into it yet, but it was kind of showing people like what the long-term prognosis of whatever they had, and then like how they can help manage it, like what worked for you might not work for someone else, but you know, like you could compare there or something, from what I understood anyways. Bink. Anyways, back on the K-Health thing. The person that recommended to me, she gets her medications for like mental health stuff from there. Like antidepressants or bipolar medication, that kind of thing. I've definitely tried non-medical stuff, but it's just not logical for what I was dealing with. It was always for people who had very minor case of what I have. Yeah, I can feel that. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing the medical prescription level stuff if you can afford it and if you can maintain that, like keeping your medical coverage and stuff. If you can, then all for it. But I know for me, I just couldn't. To get like health insurance for like me, Riot, and Hex was gonna be like $900 a month. Like, and that was like the cheapest plan at the time. It was gonna be $900 a month, and that's not even including like your deductibles you have to pay or any of that stuff. And I was just like, there's no way. There's no way. That's more than my car payment. Like, there's no way that I could afford to do that. And we tried getting... We had healthcare for a very brief period of time through one of Riot's jobs, and we could never afford to go to the doctor. Like, yes, we had healthcare, and it was amazing. We had life insurance, we had healthcare, we had, like, all that shit. But we could never afford to go to the doctor. Like, it was... The deductibles were too high. And So it became a thing of like, kind of why bother, you know? Of course, Monkey gets sick all the time, so like, of course, now we need it, but like, you can't just get health insurance for kid. You have to have an adult, and then they have to be added on. Like, it's stupid. And I'm like, bro, if I could afford that, I would just have regular health insurance. I think the next cheapest plan I saw was like 600 or something, but like, again, it was still like the premiums and shit were like way too fucking high. I know. Growing up, I had amazing healthcare. My mom did benefits for like a company, and she had like amazing healthcare. So till I was 26, I had amazing healthcare, which thank goodness, because that was when my back fucked up when I was like 20, 21. So I had a few years to figure out what I was going to do, but like long term, paying for shit on your own, you know, whatever. She ended up leaving that job anyway, so she lost the healthcare. But like knowing that that was coming and that I wouldn't be able to continue as I was, like I had to make a plan, and the plan was fucking deal with it, basically. That's a terrible plan, but that's what you have, you know, to work with, because you can't afford shit. And I don't care what they say. If they're like, oh, but the government helps you cover it now if you're low income and stuff. No, it doesn't. Not enough. Not enough. I can tell you from experience when looking into the health insurance for ourselves. I think the 600 was the governmental health one, and it was still something out of my range. Like, I was like, I could do like max 400. Okay, I could do max 400 for all three of us, and no one's offering that, like, out anywhere. Or if they do offer it, you still can't afford to go, because premiums are jacked high because it's super low. So I was just like, okay, fuck it. We're just winging by the skin of our teeth. Great, you know? I don't know. I'm real salty when it comes to healthcare stuff. And like I was explaining in one of my previous Wellness Wednesday things on my back, like why I didn't qualify for disability, and like how the way I understood it at the time, because I had both my dad and my aunt apply for disability through the government. And this is literally what they told me, so I could totally be wrong, but the way I understood it was when you get disabled, you get your doctors to say you're disabled or whatever, and you send it in to the government, and the government approves or denies you or whatever, right? But if you work at any point in time after you receive that injury, you will automatically be denied because they were like, oh, you worked, you're fine. Well, when I got hurt and stuff, I didn't work. I went through physical therapy. It was like a year-long process, but I eventually went through physical therapy and got to where I can kind of get up and move around. I was also like about to be homeless, so I kind of went to work trying to just stuff it and deal with how I feel, but my stuff wasn't better. I wasn't like magically healed. I'm still in pain, but I'm working through it because I don't want to like be on the street and starve and die. And like that would automatically disqualify me from disability. And since then, I have not been able to see a doctor to go get re-diagnosed, to get governmental approval from the disability, right? There's also a situation of I don't apply for any government help because even though we don't make that much money, I legally take care of my uncle, like who's mentally handicapped. We share a bank account. It looks like we have money we don't have. Like that's stuff to take care of him and his life. So like I literally just am shit out of luck, you know, basically when it comes to disability or governmental help. Like, so what do you want me to do? You know, like I would literally have to repay to go through all the doctors to get reevaluated, see how much my back and shit has changed in 10 years, and hopefully that's enough to go, oh yeah, you can't work, you're done. You know, like my injuries don't look great, but they're very painful. you know, like, especially if I tell them, I'm sorry, I've been operating 10 years without, like, medication and shit, you know? Like, they're gonna be like, are you really that hurt, though? Are you, though? You know? It's so annoying. I recently heard from someone that they don't believe you're injured unless the government says you're injured. And that just flabbergasts me. Like, there's so many ways that the government can try to deny you, and you may still be genuinely injured. You know what I mean? I feel like if you say stuff like that, then you've obviously never dealt with anyone who is disabled or injured and had to fight for the process, you know, like... I don't know. Stuff like that, like, it just... I don't really get mad about it anymore. I just get exhausted. Like, exhausted having to prove you're sick enough. Like, that's just exhausting. I gotta figure out how to rough this area up. I think what I'll do is kind of come in here and just cut. I'm just gonna remove this, I think. I don't like how that looks. And then I'll re-rough it up. I don't like the idea that you have to prove anything anyways to anybody, but like, especially something that's like so personal. Like, who are you? Why do I have to prove to you that I'm disabled to get you to like me or to get you to, like, you know, not think you're faking, essentially, you know? And this is totally... Probably now it's totally a projection of like how I feel, but I'm obviously a fat girl. Like, that's not hidden. So when you're saying you're disabled and a fat girl, like, that's extra, like, punch, you know, because like people are like, oh, you just want to like sit at home all day and be lazy and like be fat, and that's why you're trying to get disability and shit. It's like, it has nothing to do with that. But okay. I can't tell you how many times, like, I've gone to a doctor with a pain, explained to them this pain, and they'll be like, well, have you lost weight? Is it because you're fat? Is it, look, we can't find anything wrong with you. Is it because you're fat? Like, I hate that. Like, I will literally drop kick some people. Oh my god. Last time I went to the doctor, I'm trying to think. I hate going to the doctor, so I won't, but I had an abdominal pain that was really bad, and I ended up going to an ER. I went to like the county hospital ER, and the first doctor I saw was very nice, actually. He checked me out like all over. I thought I was having like a bladder stone or something, like something along that line, and they were like, we can't really see anything. Why don't you, you know, take this medicine, go home, chill for 2 weeks. If you're still having problems, come back. So in 2 weeks I came back because it hadn't gone away. And the next doctor, like, first of all, I don't like going to that ER anyways, because there's a shit ton of drug addicts and shit, and I have my baby, like, with me. It's not a comfortable feeling. But I'll sit there for, like, 6 to 8 hours to finally be seen, and then the doctor, like, who sees you is like, we can't find anything wrong with you. I'm like, you haven't even tested me for anything. And they were like, yeah, but everything's the same as it was like 2 weeks ago. So we're not going to run any new tests. We're not going to do anything else. We're just going to say we can't figure it out. And like, they didn't even know when my last period was. Like, that's how much they did not care. And I literally think they forgot about me in the waiting room, because I noticed they kept looking at me. Like, they kept like looking at the screen and then like looking at me, and then like it was like an hours and hours. I think I was there for a total of 8 hours waiting to be seen. And then when I get seen, they didn't even feel on the spot with their hand. They didn't do any tests. They didn't do anything. And they were just like, your urine sample or whatever from last time matches. So I think it's just a musculoskeletal problem. And I remember it was I had an abdomen pain, but I also had a pain in my ribs. And I was thinking I was having gallstones. That's what it was. And they wouldn't feel around. They wouldn't test anything. And then they were just like, I think it's a musculoskeletal problem. And I was like, okay, so what do I do about it? And they were like, you just let it be and it'll heal on its own. I was like, okay, how do I have a musculoskeletal problem? I'm a stay-at-home mom. I don't work. I don't lift anything. And they looked down at my baby and they were like, oh, you probably just lifted his hip wrong. Excuse me. My son was like 3 or something at the time. And I was just like, what? I think I would know if I lift my baby wrong and I'm like, you know, like, the fuck, you know? And so I was like really embarrassed, and I was just really like, you really don't give a shit about me, you know, kind of thing. And like, they like told me like losing weight would help with this musculoskeletal problem that I had. And like I said, on my way out, they were like, oh, when was your last period? And I was like, you really didn't even look at my chart and notice? Like, I've been here for 8 fucking hours. I'm paying you to look at me. I don't even want to be here, but I am, because this hurts, you know? I was so mad. Like, I just left. I didn't get any help, anything from him. And I refused to ever go back to the hospital. But, like, I just got so mad. Like, I just wanted answers. And what I think it ended up turning out to be was, like, my back-related issues actually started with my ribs, so I think it has something to do with that. But still, this was like years ago, and I still don't have answers, like, to what it was. It stopped eventually, and sometimes it flares up and hurts again, but like, I don't know what's causing it. I thought it was gallbladder stuff, because I remember it flaring up when you would eat something like greasy, and like, so then that's like what I thought it was. But 10 years ago when I got hurt, my first pain symptom was like a bruising feeling in my ribs. And so I thought, well, maybe it's actually part of my back stuff. But like, we don't know, because no one fucking took time to figure it out. This is why I hate the government. I hate the health insurance shit. And trying to apply for disability and stuff, you get that same like attitude. Like, well, why do you want it? Like, my actual doctor who was there when my back stuff started, I told her, I was like, look, can I at least get a handicap placard for a temporary amount of time to finish my school semester? Because walking, our school, you could walk from one end of our campus to another in like 20-30 minutes, but walking was very hard for me at the time. And there's nowhere close to park, you know, unless you're handicap accessible. Otherwise, you have to park like across the campus. So, like, I asked my doctor, I was like, can I get a temporary handicap placard to just get me through the school year, like the school semester? I think it was like halfway through a semester. She was like, yeah. And that was like the easiest thing I've ever had. And that was the most helpful thing. And it was the most minor thing, like, in comparison to trying to actually apply to, like, be, like, say you're disabled or whatever. So stupid. Grr, makes me grr. Okay, so the fur goes to like here. So I need to bring it, the black part, underneath. Right? Oh, that's ear shadow lines. Okay. Oh, excuse me. You know what else I don't like? This is just me griping about things now, apparently. So, before my grandmother died, she needed to add me to all her paperwork to handle her affairs when she had passed away, including her bank stuff. She literally could not get out of bed. Like, she's right there on her deathbed, you know, essentially. And the banks were literally like, I was like, can we do this? And they were like, yeah, sure, but we need her here. And I was like, she can't move. Like, I can video call and we could do like a video documentation or something, but I literally, like, I can't move her. And they absolutely refused. They couldn't do anything about it. Sorry. And I was so upset because I had to go help her get dressed, drag her very painfully out, you know, to this bank just so they could be like, oh yeah, it's really you. I wonder how that much has changed since COVID existed now. But like back then, like I was like, how do people do this that are literally like bedridden, who like can't leave like oxygen and shit, like can't move, like what the fuck do you guys do? You know, like she was 95. She was 95 with failing kidneys, and she was like, you know, she was ready to go. She was tired, you know, kind of thing. But like, I don't know, just to drag her all that way, what I was like, I could literally get her on a video chat. You could hold up her ID, you know, whatever the fuck you need. But no, she had to be there. I'm gonna be mad if I find out that COVID changed all that and people are like, oh yeah, we do video ID stuff all the time now. I'm gonna be so angry. Be like, where was this shit? Today's just a complaining day, guys, I guess. Just feel like an angry old lady right now. Why did they move my grocery aisle? Who told them that was okay? I've been so angry this like last few weeks, like it's a whole bunch of minor stuff, but like it's all just like I've been in the house too long or something, because like Ray and Hex were sick and I was sick, and like I'm still having to do things, you know, like cook food and make sure everyone gets their medicine and shit. And Ryan's just casually like complaining because, you know, he's sick and that's what we do when we're sick and stuff. And eventually I was just like, I love you, but I'm gonna need you to shut up now. He's like, what? And I'm like, look, I've been in here for 2 weeks with you guys, like every day, just listening to both y'all complain and whine and pull on me, and I can't take it. They were like, what? So bad. I was just like unreasonably irritated with both of them. He was like, yeah, I guess I could stop status reporting so much. I was like, thanks, that'd be great. It'd be so great. I think it would have been okay, but my son was complaining about everything. He was like bored and this hurt and that hurt and whatever. He wants attention, needs stuff, and I was just like done with it. But I was like, go back to school. These are why all the parents rioted about being trapped with their kid for a year. Sorry, puppy. Yeah, I can get it. Why is there so many goddamn wires over here? Right, I hate your wires. You guys don't know, but if you look down, like, right here, there's just a pile of wires and, like, a power strip. And I don't know what any of these things go to, but, like, I keep rolling over them with the chair. Which, by the way, I hate this chair, but I keep rolling over them with the chair, and it just, like, makes me angry. I do. He says I hear you, and then he doesn't do it. I'm gonna see if I can show you. Hold on. Shaky cam for a sec. Oh, it's so short. The wire is so short. I don't know. It's like really shitty. I don't know if you guys can see. But like, just look at those wires. Look at them. Ugh. He's a dude, so he like leaves cans and things all on his desk, and I'll come by and I'll just like stare at him, like, so I'll be like, and he'll be like, what? And I'll like look down and look back, and he'll be like, all right, I'll clean it up in a minute. And then he won't, so I'll bring a trash can by and I'll be like, clean it now. Order some shit for my cable management. If I don't, I'll trip on it and fall to my death. I feel that. You know, I can live with the cables. What I can't live with is, like, blankets and clothing on the floor. Like, none of us are super, like, gotta keep your clothes off the floor people, okay? Just establish that right now. I'm not, Riot's not, Hex is not. But when there's so many clothes on the floor and that, like, I'm tripping, or blankets on the floor especially, I'm, like, tripping, and, like, this floor is slippery now. This isn't a carpeted floor. This is, like, linoleum or something. And, like, if I trip and fall, it's actually very dangerous for me. So I'll be like, look, I understand none of us want to clean right now, but I at least need a pathway. Like, make me a pathway, move your shit out of the way, or go put it in a hamper because I'm about to murder y'all. Y'all are trying to kill me in this house. We put these little teepee blankets down for Puppy. Like, you can't see it. He's laying on fuzzy ones right now. But we got these, like, dollar blankets. And I fold them and I put them around in random spots on the house because since we don't have carpet, Puppy likes to lay on them. He doesn't like laying on the floor. He likes laying on these blankets. Well, sometimes the blankets get, like, scooted over, like, in the walkway. And then I'm, like, slipping and I'm like, you guys, please stop. If I fall, what happens? Excuse me. If I fall, I land on my hip. If I land on my hip, it triggers my entire back thing and causes me to spaz. And it could make my injuries worse. So falling is like level 10 disaster. Like, it's the worst thing that happens to me right now. So I'm trying to be very careful about, like, not slipping or falling. And that's why we didn't want to live on a second floor, because stairs, you know, or whatever. But it is what it is. But when I fall, like, oh, where did I put those pictures? Hold on. Yeah. So my body is like this, right? I explained in previous stuff. One hip will ride higher than the other, and it'll throw your whole body out of whack. If I fall on said hip, it throws all of this into my head out of whack. So it essentially, because what I have is this pars defect here. So basically where your tailbone curves, it turns into your, like, your little tail part. It looks like this normally. Mine looks like this. So there's nothing to support it. So when I fall, that basically bone area just shifts around because there's nothing, like, supporting it right here. So it's actually really bad when I fall. It's the worst. So blankets and shit need to get the fuck off the floor. and I will rage about it. I'm such an angry mom lately, guys. Not the most pleasant to be about right now, let me tell you. I'm extra cranky because I've been sick. My back's been hurting because of the cold. And the guys are just being lazy in the house. I can't take it. I'm gonna make like a sound or something. Some shit that like when Riot's streaming I can just play and be like, Riot, do some chores. Do something. Do that thing I asked you to do. Insert whatever it is here. I'll do it on the Terrible Tuesday stream. It'll be terrible for him. Riot keeps talking about how he needs to upgrade his computer, right? And legitimately, it does need some upgrades. So, I was thinking, since me and Riot share a computer, and it's too much to go buy a second computer, that we upgrade his computer in the stuff that I wanted, right? Like, make it my computer. But then I'd be like, no. Because if he, like, leaves the desk messy, or if he does something, I'm gonna be like, so angry. Just, I don't want to risk it. It's like, I'll put up with his stuff. I don't want to I don't want to risk it with mine. We have this disconnect here between this fur and this fur, where this is like short and stubby and then these are like long and flowy. I have to do something about that. This looks more natural. I think what I need to do is just blend this over. Where's that ear? Right ear? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Gotta blend this better. Somehow. Some way. I think not having it as short and choppy would be a good start. Where is it? Face spots. Because this is more sporadic and spread out, so it kind of makes sense here, but like after that I should thicken this up a little. Something more ish like this. Maybe like that. I'll need to bring this part out. Kinda not in love with it. Let's try making these a little more exaggerated. Just all hair. You ever hear that comedian? I don't remember who said it, but like they were talking about like your wife will go to sleep and she'll dream you did something, like you cheated on her or something like that, and then when she wakes up she's like mad at you and like you didn't even do anything, you were sleeping. Like that's me. That is me personified right there. I've literally done that to Riot too. Like I'll wake up, I'll like look at him and be like, fucking Dream Anthony fucked up last night, and he's like, oh no, what the fuck did he do now? And I'll be like, he did this, and he was like, so sorry, but I'm gonna be pissed at you today. He's like, damn it, Dream Anthony. Why are you so stupid? That is totally me. I don't remember what he does, but I know it's stupid. Not wholly in love with this, but I think I'm gonna clean it up more when I do the fur part. So I'm gonna wait on that, but let's see here. Where is the cheeks? That's the right temple fur. The eye part I don't care about right now. This part. Okay. So I'm gonna start by going through removing the excess. That's not really excess here. Okay, so this would be the excess of this fur here, right? No, this one. Delete that. And then I gotta bring the rest of it to the edge. So basically I'm just going over those same lines, bringing the fur to the edge here so that these holes like right here are gonna be filled. Doesn't matter what color I do it because I have a gradient on it already. Okay. So then I go through and I make sure my black lines are thick through all the part and not just in some parts. Like right here, there's no black line connecting. Go up to the black face spots, color that in. There we go. Okay, now I come through on the inner part. So what's the next for this part? No. No? This one. Okay. So I can't have my white come too far over, so I'm gonna go through, do this thick part I think here. And I'm gonna remove the white. Is this it? Yeah. Delete that. There we go. So what I'm essentially doing is I'm redoing the layers and I'm marking where my black lines would hide it. And then I'll blend the colors at the end. So then, not you, you. Make sure you are good. You look alright. Okay, where's the face spots? So some of these parts like here have to get covered. And essentially what you do is you use the black lines to hide the layer changes, essentially. That's fine. Okay. And then this part here could be better. This part here could definitely be better. Like that. Yeah, so see, the fur is hiding where my layer changes be at. What are you? You are... you. Why are you all wonky right there? We'll just do this. There we go. No, I don't think I told you. I don't know. It's been forever. On Jingle and Tweaky's Realm, in Minecraft, I started making us a love shack. And then I couldn't get back in the realm, so I can't finish it. But I did start making one. That's what I called it. I don't know what it really is yet, but... oh god, black was the wrong color there. This one? No, this one. Why is face spots not overlapping that? Okay. Yeah, it was like there was like this like hole in the mountain. I was like, I could probably build like a mansion here or something, and I was like, I always build like one house that's like mine, and I'm just like, nah, I'm making for numb. I have to get back in the realm though. I think they have to re-add me or something. Bear. E. What layer is this? This is the ear. There. And then this needs to be black because this is the part here. Oh god. You were not the right one. God damn it. Here. Okay, and then this is part of this. Right? No. You're part of this, which goes with this one. And then the ear part is part of this one. Whatever layer this thing is. There we go. Alright, let's back out and take a look. We're getting there. This is only going to take me 20 years, it's fine. Still need to clean up through here some, but we're getting a feel on how it looks and what it looks like now. I feel like the ear needs borders, like on the inside. This is my outside of the ear, so it's got a border around the outside. But I kind of feel like the fur inside needs a border. I don't know. I'll do that last. Okay, now for the eye part. Let's see here. That's the top eye. This is the under eye. Okay, now whatever layer you are, hide for a second. This layer comes way too high for starters. So this layer needs to cut out like so much. there. The under eye here, we'll cover that part. Now the under eye fur needs to go behind the eye. So this goes on top then, right? Yeah, okay. I'm always nervous when I move a layer, like I'm like, is it gonna fuck everything I just did up? We need some work out here for sure. Because it kind of ends on this curve here. Now the under eye doesn't get a lot of little black fur points, so I probably need to do the fur kind of like how I did here in the ear, but I don't know how I want to do that. If I was gonna do it like I did there, I would need to do something like this. Layer, new layer. Call this white fur for the food, for the eyes. Flip it. Thank you, Nom, for telling me it looks great. I know it looks like a hot mess right now, but there's a plan, I swear. This takes a really long time to build that plan. Be something like that, and then do it into here above, and then I would change the color so that it matches this ear part more so I would need to grab this, copy layer style, grab this, paste layer style, there we go. Alright, let's see about how to blend these eyes here. Hide. Alright, so the under eye here, it really ends more like right here. That. Hi, Digital. How's it going? How is it going? This part. Stop. under for I. Delete. There we go. Alright, so the top of the fur eye goes only out to here. Right? How far does this go out? Hold on. Oh, it blends really seamlessly. That makes it very hard. Okay. Let's see here. This would be temple for deletes from that. Right eye for top. Select inverse erase. No, you're not erasing Y because you're the wrong one. Damn it. Why are you only 50%? Stop it. Color in. Select inverse again. Okay. I would say it's good, but it's cold where I live. It's cold everywhere! Why is it so cold everywhere? Celio was in here earlier talking about Minnesota being in the negatives. Okay. I'm gonna thicken up some of these lines. Because can. He's always complaining, is he? If I lived somewhere with negative temperatures, I'd complain all the time too. Hell, my whole stream has been nothing but complaints today, so, like, I feel him. What do you guys got to complain about? Y'all got anything to complain about? Because I feel like I'm the only one complaining here, and then it's starting to make me feel really selfish, so I need y'all to bring something to the table, alright? I'm gonna complain because they don't let me have my copyright music and I can't listen to We Don't Talk About Bruno. Not face spots. Shit. this picking up on? What the fuck? There's some weird coloring happening right there. I can't figure out why. There is something weird going on here. What the fuck? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. That's part of the problem. Okay. Now what the fuck is this layer? Right cheek top? Okay. Well, it's not cheeky enough. There we go. Okay. Crisis semi-averted. Alright, so we've got this part sort of melding. At least the parts are lining up. Even if the colors aren't. So this has the top eye and the bottom eye meet. It has some sort of like dividing line, but it's not necessarily the black line. It's like part of this eye shadow. I'm not sure whether to just make it part of the eyeshadow or make it something else. I feel like it's like two different colors. I'll probably just make it part of the face lines. These things. Alright, hide the eye part so I can see. If I did it with black spots, it would look like this. Kitty's got like such pretty little like eyeliner things. I want pretty eyeliner like a kitty. Something like that. That would be cute. What, eyeliner like a kitty? I don't know. I feel like I look strange when I do like eyeliner underneath. Like my eyes would get too small when I do that. I used to do it back in the day because I was emo and that's what you did. But like now I feel like it makes me look like I'm squinting like this. I don't know. It's like fold on the in eye, really thick across the top and outside, like really thin underneath. I don't know if I can pull that off. I don't have a mirror. I'm gonna have to use a camera here so I can look at my eye. Flip around, please. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I don't know. I know I could pull it off out here. It's just the inner eye I'm not sure about. Because my eyes are very, I guess, almond-shaped-ish? I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna fuck up the camera, guys. You gotta bear with me here. The wire's not very long. I'm gonna try to do this and look at the screen at the same time. But like, I don't know. I can't look at the screen and the camera. Like, I know I could pull it out here for sure, but like in here, I don't know. What would you do? Like, I guess it would like come out and in? I don't know. This is like a math problem now, guys. I gotta figure it out. Because the cat eye, essentially it comes out a little bit, but then it arches around like thicker to the thickest and then back down. And then it's a little thick out here, but it goes thin again. I don't know. IDK. IDK, my BFF Jill. Oh god, this camera. Whatever. It's poor cameraman. I used to do like, I don't know if I have a picture. Let me see. Bink. I gotta go digging. You gotta bear with me now, because now I need to know. Trying to think. Like, my makeup styles have changed like over the years for sure. Like, this was early on, and this was with eyeliner underneath. Beak. Right? Okay, so this was with when I did eyeliner underneath. And I still like what reason I stopped doing it was because the waterline part kept coming off and I could never get it to stay. So then I looked weird because I had the black eyeliner on top and then like a smudge underneath, but like nothing on my waterline. So that's why I stopped doing that because it was annoying me. But that's what it looked like roughly. It was like that. See, it's kind of like coming off right here. But then I started doing my makeup with just makeup on top. Nothing underneath, no smudge, no waterline or whatever. And then I kind of made like a compromise where I did like the makeup on top, but like smudging it with a color instead of doing the waterline and like drawing as much. I don't know. That's what I used to do. If I could make it stay on the waterline more, I'd probably wear it that way more now. But it just keeps coming off no matter what I use for it. I really like the hack too they started doing where they took lipstick and they put it right here and then they smudge it in to give you the kind of like gothy eye bags, I guess you call them. I really like that too. I've done that a couple of times. I don't know if I have a recent picture of that. Maybe? Let me see. Where is it? Of course, because I'm looking for it, I can't find it now. I'm gonna find this hack and you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Hold on. Oh god, my nose. Okay, every picture I'm looking at is super extreme. Like, they look like they got punched in the eye, and that's not what I'm trying to do. Hold on. Hold up. Veered way off course. Hold on, hold on. I'll show you what I mean. Okay. So, like, for me, it works best with this, like, whatever this brand. I think this is Revlon. L'Oreal. This one is called L'Oreal Glassy Garnet 926. Color Rich Shine. It's like a mixture of like a lipstick and glossy kind of thing together. It's very melty, liquidy color, whatever. Looks very red in this for some reason. Hold on. It's very not. It's actually kind of purple. It's like a purple red. But they would take it. I'm doing this without a mirror, so you guys gotta bear with me. They would take it like this. I do have makeup on already, so it may not work as well, but they would like tap it a little bit under their eye. Like nothing more than a smidge. Don't be like drawing all over your face. I like this one because it's extra like liquidy feeling, and then they would just smear it in. It's probably not the best color to be doing with like the blue black I have going on right now, but whatever. But come here, camera. They would smear it in kind of like this, and then what I like to do is put a powder on top of it, that like a grayish kind of color, and give you that like Helena Bonham Carter, I can never say her name right, kind of gothic-y bags without being too much. The pictures I was finding, they were like coloring in like all of this, and I'm like, no, just like a smidge. A smidge, my guy. Smidge. Pink. But I like using those particular lipsticks because they stay more liquidy, so it's easier to smear it and like get the smudge effect. I think it's like, this is like a shea butter type lipstick. I don't know. It's been a while since I bought this, so I can't really remember. Break. Okay. Anyways, my point being on all of that with the eyeliner was I had to stop doing because it just won't stay on my waterline. My eyes are too watery, it washes it right off. If you haven't tried like primering it first and then putting that there, and it just comes right off anyways. It's annoying. Annoying. I do like the heavy goth look though, like the super, I don't know, emo-y gothic looks. I don't know if I have any of mine from back in the day. I think that about like the heavy lipstick, like the gothic lipstick and stuff, like the really dark ones. They look great on me, but they always rub off. No matter what kind they are. Like, where did that save? Where did you save? Need to make a new image. Create, paste, crop. How do I crop? Image, crop. There we go. Like, I love doing heavy dark makeup like this. Here. Like, I like the dark lipstick, I like the heavy eyes and stuff. But just the problem I have is like this part rubs off on the lipstick, or the waterline, like I said, rubs off. It just makes me irritated. How am I supposed to look like a dark gothic queen when my shit keeps rubbing off? It's my problems. Bing, bing. Really tired. Hey, maybe you can help me, Digital. Not related to the cat picture at all, but like I started trying to make that spicy milk emote for Riot. I think I have this, yeah. So I'm trying to make the spicy milk emote. And the image I had for the milk has writing and stuff on it, but I don't know what to put. Like this is, let me hide all these lines. This is like the original image that I have, right? And so I was like, right, I need writing for your milk. What should I put on it? Because this has like local and fresh and whatever. So I got the spicy milk part for down here. But I don't know what to put here. And he's of no help to me. Did this move? It did move. Okay. There we go. So I don't know what to put right here for writing. He was no use. He told me to do the squinty eyes. I'm gonna have to like look up milk like advertisements or something. Milk advertisements images. Desktop screen. Got Milk is a classic one. Stronger. Fresh. This is a weird advertisement. Drink what she's wearing. Oh my. Interesting advertisement. Is there a certain thing he likes to say or theme he likes to go with? Not really. What I'm trying to think of, he uses spicy milk when he's doing those pepper powder dabs. So maybe it goes down smooth or something like that? I don't know. goes down smooth? I don't know. I think that's too much writing, maybe. To fit in such a tiny thing. Maybe just like smooth itself. Supple spicy milk. Just slip that in there. You won't notice that. Supple. Supplely smooth. I wonder if he would even notice. Like, I kind of want to do it just to see if he'll notice. One, edit. If I took it... I don't know, this writing's pretty small already. But remove the, turn that off. Let's change the overall color. Let's change the color to like, what was the other purple color? It was like a light purple or something. Stroke remove. Stop. Remove. Because this thing, when it's tiny, you know, it's gonna be like this big. Looks like supply smooth. I don't know if I spelled that right. It probably just needs to be something like one word. Anything bigger than that, it's not gonna show up. So when he kept using that fuego? Fuego? It was fire, I think. Dab away. What if we just did like fresh? Why is this always different? Fresh. This one is so I need to bring it in a little bit. Something like that. Maybe like... Let's see here. Stop. Something like that, I don't know. I gotta get the distortion right on these, but... Okay. Just... I need to move the top here, edit. Stop. Move. Edit. Transfer. Need to sort it a little more, but we're getting there. Something like that, and then I don't know why I stopped working on the cat to work on this, but here we are. Porky Date's been left for a cat in her milk. You know, your cat needs to drink some milk, so you know. You want me to make a couple of versions? Where am I saving this right now? Coming. Be right back.
I know I should've known better. I know I
should've never taken off. No, I should've known better. Cause when you're not around, everything feels wrong. But no one's ever treated me better. I guess I wasn't used to feeling good. No, I should've known better. I didn't know I loved you until you were gone.
Puppy is such a bum. She's just laying here on my legs. Okay, spicy mocha mocha. Let's just go purple. Save it. So I can come back to it. Okay, where's the kitty? There's the kitty. Okay. Now that we have some lines made, I feel like I can start blending the colors a little better. To a degree. Like, I think this one, for example, its color pattern should be more brown, less pink. So more like this color. There we go. And I think like this one should be like here, and the darker color should be more like here, and maybe reverse that. Yeah. And maybe turn it a little from whatever angle this is at, because I need the whites to be more like, I need it to be less brown and more whites. Something kind of like that. And this color, maybe we should do like a dark or less dark brown here, more like that color a little bit. Yeah. There, mimicking the browns in the nose to the ear. It's blending a little better. Definitely need to do something with this like ear situation though. And you fill in. Right here's a problem, for example. But like here is a problem. That as well. Something like you're annoying me now because I can't get the right thickness. What the fuck? Let's try this instead. Let's make it too thick and then trim it back. See if I can make the border give it some extra oomph. Let's see here. Let's see how that's looking. That's looking nice. I like that. Okay. Okay, and this angle's not quite right. Okay, now here, this is a whole nother can of worms. Okay. Okay, let's take a look. Oh yeah, that looks okay. Okay. Now this part here. This is the outline of the ear, which is pretty good for the most part, but not quite. Yeah. Okay. Now the fur here, it already had an outline, right? Yeah. So I'm actually going to remove the outline from this part, and I'm going to add it back here. Let me go up to the face spots. Okay. Now this fur. I'm trying to think of how I want it to curve. Because the ear isn't quite where it should be. Like where it connects to the skin. Something like that. Okay, something like that, and then maybe like even bringing the fur over the ear a little bit, like this would even help shift. Shoot. That's what ear. So your shadow lines it is. Fuck. Alright. Just have to redo it. I can't get around it. Actually, let's see. Just kind of gotta make it up. Face spots. Something like that. Kinda, yeah. Okay. I'm still not in love with this like hairline like the cat has, but I'm not sure what to do about it. And I think I'm gonna have to pick up there tomorrow. I am having to get off early tonight because Hex has got some homework he's got to catch up on, and I got to do it before bed. So I got to actually leave early tonight to deal with that. But we're making progress on our kitty. We're getting there. So tomorrow I need to work on the hairline and the top of the head. Just start working my way out in chunks on the cat, I think. I should be back on tomorrow about 4 my time. It's 7 my time now. Safe. Thank you guys for hanging out and listening to me gripe and complain about things today, because that's what I was doing. Tomorrow will be a regular stream, but we'll just be doing art. Won't be subscriber only. So I will see you guys then. Bye-bye.